But he maintains his unbeaten record, and it's a treble for Willie Mullins at Rugby World.
See the Stars wins a fourth Guineas for Mick Kinnaird.
Moving on to Thursday, we're going to skip out the March Novices Chase because I'm not replaying any memories of that in my head. We're just going.
Diesel Raffles. Hang on.
Yeah.
Great second at 16 to 1.
This is my Gold Cup horse as well. Diesel Raffles, that is.
Can we just take a whistle stop tour on this one? Yeah.
Well, I'm going to just say now, I've backed Envoy LN for the Gold Cup because how unlucky must he have been? You see how this race, get this thing over 3, forget about it, because the whole way that this has gone this year for him is that look at what's happened. He's moved the stables, right, about 2 or 3 weeks before, right? He's never ever shown any tendency to be buzzy. He's always been relaxed.
He was a wee bit buzzy in the Ballymore last year, but Davey got a hold of him. Nothing like that there. That was a new level.
This is what I mean. Like this year was a different horse. What we seen at Cheltenham before the start, and you were really worried because you were just thinking, he's never done this. I've never seen him do this before. And the next thing you know, it's just a silly mistake. It's just silly.
He jumped the first very big. He jumped the second very big. He jumped the third okay, and then we'll not talk about the fourth because that's.
He always thought that there was something wrong or he didn't have enough horse under him. I mean, personally, he fell at the fourth. I think he probably eyed up Fusel Raffles and thought, well, I'm not beating that one, and just took a bit of a dive for the bookies. But yeah, I mean, Chantry House won it. It's nothing's going to come from that race really. I quite like Asterian for he jumped a lot better.
There's no way we can write him off. I mean, you look at Monkfish, right? Monkfish is 5-1 for Gold Cup, right? Who put in the probably near enough worst round of jumping we've seen, except from Champ, right? Obviously went on to win easily, but he was facing a few big dossers. Like there was nobody of Chantry House's ability in the race that Monkfish won, except from on Eclat de Rire maybe, because the big breakaways turned out to be a big dosser. So. In terms of that level, he's not there at that level, is he? Then you look at Envoy LN, obviously, he made a mistake, but he didn't he's not gone round. We've just seen Monkfish go around and clobber every fence near enough. He won't be winning a Gold Cup running like that.
Envoy LN, favourite. You're right.
Yeah, Envoy LN won't win if he falls, will he? But, I just think that, especially with how the vibes are on this horse, in terms of they've thought this horse for the Gold Cup for a long time. Don't be deserting him now, Ben, because I'm telling you.
I'm not.
I'm just saying.
8-1 short enough.
No way.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh
look,
he's the same price as Manella Indo. He's just won a Gold Cup, jumping brilliantly.
Look, but this, to be fair, we'll get on to this year's Gold Cup but to be fair, it's not a great price. I'm not saying it's a great price. I'm not advising people to back it. I'm just saying I backed it because I think that if we see Envoy LN, I think they'll campaign him differently next year because they didn't campaign him right this year. Look at the races he ran in. He ran in DOS races.
They ran him against the handicappers.
That's right. All they've done this year is wrap him up in cotton wool, and it's not paid off when they've come to the big day. He's lost.
But I think changing to Henry, that was Gordon's decision. That was nothing to do with Shepley Park. I think Henry.
No, that's right.
He put him in the deep end. Henry likes running his horses in good races. You're going to see Henry going to them smaller races and picking up small prizes. He'll be in the big grade ones next year. He'll be in the big ones.
And who's just had the Gold Cup one too?
Yeah.
The yard that he's going to be with all next year. So
I agree.
I don't think 8-1 is amazing, but do I think if he turned up on the day with his natural ability, if he was put in the right races, I think he's a very good horse, and I think
no, he is no doubt. The one thing I have to say, I didn't really agree with how he was campaigned this year, but I didn't think it was going to make him fall in the marsh. But what I would say, I want to see him now. This at the end of the season here, either talking him going to Aintree or Punchestown. I want to see him in a good race against good horses. He has to go out. Of course, he has to prove a point. He does not prove a point, but you know what I mean. He's failed now. He has to go back.
Yeah, he's got a point to prove. Yeah, of course he has. If he gets beat next time out, 8-1 will turn into to
10 to 1, 12 to 1.
Yeah. So, by the end of that, my bet anyway. Obviously, I'm not saying that people go and have to bet this, but I think if we see the real Envoy LN, maybe when you get to Cheltenham, 8 to 1 then looks very nice. I think very decent. So because I think the two that we've got at the front of the market are very good in the right,
in my opinion, the winner comes there, Envoy and the Monkfish. I'll have we playing them both because you're at the odds now. We can have a bet in both, and you still have a good profit in the winner.
Plus, what if Monkfish doesn't even get there?
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? This is Rich bloody.
There's a lot of Gold Cup horses this year. I wouldn't necessarily be closing it right off.
No. And I definitely wouldn't do that. Envoy LM might not get there, so then you've done your money. But I just think in racing, a lot of people go, get him. He won't win a Gold Cup now. He's got bloody no chance. He's made one mistake in his entire life, and now people will say he's got bloody no chance winning a Gold Cup. Monkfish made about 10. He was lucky. Made about 10 mistakes on the way around. People are not writing him off. He had people coming out saying he's going to walk around next year and win it, do it running backwards. He's just made about 10 mistakes. You watching the same race I watched? Because a big breakaway and that, they won't even line up. Forget about them. So,
But no. I haven't lost hope, but I just want to see him in a good race next time, and just I hope he pisses up. It's a good race, pisses up.
Yeah, I'm glad he'll get a proper good run at it with Henry next year. So,
anything else to add, George? Your 16-1 in Faisal Raffles was good, yeah.
I'll give you that. Good. I mean, I think I offered up a match bet with Envoy Allen and he beat him, so that's all I can say.
Yeah.
He looked like he might win it for a minute. I think I'll never hear the end of this.
Yeah, it's just added to my list of seconds all week. So,
under the Thames Handicap final, Mrs. Milner in first, the bosses Oscar in second, then come on Teddy in third. Once I seen Jordan Gainford jocked in the bosses auction, he goes, "This thing's just cert, an absolute cert." But
clearly not.
No, clearly not.
No,
well backed in the market too, but.
Yeah, he was back well. He was. I thought he was well back.
To be fair to Jordan Gainford, he gave him a good spin around. Like he gave him the best chance, but obviously Miss Milner is better handicap.
Yeah, he ran
horse in the day.
Yeah, that's it. He ran a perfectly good race. He's clearly not as good as what we thought, but at the minute, maybe next season he could be. How again on the handicap? I don't know. I don't get it because I'm sure the form tied in with the bosses Oscar and with the weights, they must have been holding something back from Mrs. Milner. That's guaranteed. So
Paul Nolan masterclass.
Yeah, because they've clearly not shown that horse's true ability. When it ran at Cheltenham, I backed it. It ran a brilliant race. How it didn't win that day, I didn't know. But fair play to them. They've done the business there, and he was fairly well backed in the end. So
yeah, he was quite well backed.
Yeah,
what did you back up?
By Kevin Blake, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was in red hot form, wasn't he?
I put up Spirit at the Games in the preview, and then I backed him.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing on Twitter. Handicap bet of the week.
Well, I backed him for quite an amount as well each way on the day, 7 places, and he came 8th. So one of those.
He ran okay, didn't he?
He ran okay. He had every chance out of it at the end. Yeah. I mean, the only thing you could probably look at was that he was right at the back fairly early on, and
I think that's how they ride him, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But I think the thing is, even down the back and coming down the hill at the top, he was travelling so well, and I think the fact he had to make up so much ground, then you've basically ridden out your finish just trying to catch up. So I still think if they persist with him back over hurdles next season, he could pick up a decent race. And obviously he's got pretty good form.
Field sides are unbelievable. That Coral Cup is really scary. What it must be like to ride in it. Oh my God! All 26 of them horses and jockeys are very, very brave because I can't even watch it on TV when they go around the bend turning for home because it's so tight round the bend because everybody wants to get the best position on that inside on the rail. It's horrendous. How we've not seen many more, bad accidents. Very lucky because it's not good. Let's put it that way. My days, very lucky. So,
yeah. Moving on to the Ryanair chase. Allaho has run him ragged, George.
Yep, you were dead right there. Yeah,
it was finally nice to get something bang on. Obviously, I mean, well, Bob Olinger on the Wednesday was the other one, but yeah, no, I think Racheal especially as well. That she knows this horse gets further. She forced a pace from the outset and just absolutely run the finish out of all of them. I mean, Fucking Dude Reason second was 12 lengths behind, and you look at, of course, he was slowing at the end, Allaho, but he's been never ever getting beaten. Oh, he's brilliant. I love him. Where are they going to go next year? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe.
I thought it was stupid. I think it would be stupid to drop him in trip, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
back here again. Probably. It strikes me as a horse like Min, where you get to Cheltenham every year and you think, oh, we'll just chuck him back in the fucking Ryanair again.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. So, yeah, I'd be on the same opinion as that.
Yeah. It'd give a good race to Eniga Main as well, over 2.5, I think.
Yeah.
Would have done, this year. I mean, he's absolutely hacked up there, isn't he? I thought Mr. Fisher take him out of it because he went fishing at the pond fence, didn't he? So
that's the other one I wrote down. He travelled so well between every fence.
How well
he hit every single fence. Every single fence he hit. I think I needed him to come in the top 3 for a place bet I done on the day, but
he's all right.
He was going so well until he hit everything, and
he must have some engine because at the third last, you just thought no, it's not happening, and he was still there going well, and I thought no, see ya, because it can't possibly happen, and obviously we've proven right, but like you say. He absolutely walloped most of the fences off that pond fence. I mean, oh my God, the momentum he lost there. It literally it was like he sat down in the water.
Yeah, he hit about 3 of the next 4 afterwards as well.
He just had no chance hitting them. Reminded me when presenting Percy was in the Gold Cup, when he just jumped shocking and he was still there on the bend. And I thought, how? How is that even possible? But, he must have some engine. He's clearly a pretty good horse. Just jumping. Oh my God, what happened? But another one that got away for the Hendo team because he wouldn't have beat Allaho, but he'd have certainly had a very good case for coming second.
Yeah, it went close, but that was another Racheal Blackmore show.
Yeah.
On the stairs hurdle, Florian Porter in first, Sarah Burley in second, Paisley Park in third. Yeah, Florian Porter proved a few people wrong. Me especially. I thought this horse had no chance. He won a crawl at Christmas. But yeah, he's backed it up. He's obviously a very good horse. He's only 6.
You can look at it the other way in that he smashed the Storyteller inside a Belay in the Christmas hurdle. Like the form was hitting us right in the face, and obviously I had Paisley backed Antepost.
Yeah,
so
I had Paisley.
I wasn't going to go in massively again, but I did have a little each way on Florian Porter. So
did you?
Thursday
you kept that one quiet.
Thursday ended up being okay in the end, but I mean Paisley would have been a much better winner for me, and I think he's just not the horse that he was a few years ago now. No, but Florian Porter, I mean, he's incredible. Like I wouldn't put anyone off backing him for this again next year if that was the plan.
I was about to say there's 12-1. I might just throw something together. I might sort of throw something crazy together in a few days' time. Just stick a fiver on and throw something mental together.
I think that I don't know. I think you lads are a bit more keen on it than I am. I just thought that they gave him the freebie in the handicap, right, in Ireland when he battered the boss Oscar, who, well, that's a mystery after he's just won them the next 2 bloody Grade 1s, how he didn't win. But then he went obviously and beat Side Belay Storyteller. Again, he got a freebie. It was such a slowly run race. It was incredible that day. And then obviously here, again, you just saw they're not going to do it again. This is not happening, is it? And once again, he seemed to get, pretty much to run the race. I'm not saying he's not a very good horse, because he was clearly the best horse on the day, but the amount that he had still in the tank at the last just showed you that, he got the run of the race. There's no doubt in that. I think it'd have been a different story if somebody would have really gone for him. But there was always that possibility, wasn't there, in that field? He was the confirmed front runner. We knew he was. And when, you just get a few, absentees and things. Fury Road ran shocking, didn't he? And then I thought Cider Belay ran a belter, really. But
he ran a really good race.
Yeah, he just likes Cheltenham, doesn't he? So I think, to be honest, out of the ones I'd look at, I think I'd probably back Cider Belay next year again, because I just think, you can't really get him out of the frame, can you? So he's a sort of an each way bet to nothing.
Yeah, no, true. We'll leave that one there, but I think Florin Porter, really, really good horse.
He's definitely good. So fair play to him as well.
7 next year, so
good syndicate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just thinking about that. Actually, syndicate. Yeah. Moving on to the Paddy Power Plate. If you watch the handicap video, you'll know wherever he goes, back him, the shunter.
That's it.
Duly obliged. I think you could have got him at 6-1 for this race on the Tuesday, and he ended up winning like 5-2 or something.
Yeah,
absolutely hammered in. All the Shrudies were on, me included. Jordan gave this horse a really, really good ride.
Yeah, I bet him. He's clearly very well handicapped, wasn't he? They've done a right job with the season.
Took £7 off on top of it and all.
Yeah. I just thought the unlucky loser was Farclar. I just couldn't believe how unlucky that horse was, because another one that just got absolutely hammered coming in the home straight, flew home. I'm not saying he would have won again, but he'd have certainly been a lot closer. Keep an eye on him. They might send him back out again, because he's obviously well handicapped. Obviously, just thing is with him, he doesn't win. He's not won this season, has he? But they might send him back out again. So, Emmett Mullins bandwagon.
Yeah,
fair play.
I got literally nothing to add to that. The one I put up, Phil Dudary, she was poor, and she unfortunately fell at the last when she was beaten. But you boys were very keen on the shunter, and he won, so well in.
£100 bonus. Well done, lads. Yeah, they did well there. They've really
good
very
bit
clever.
of pacing.
Yeah.
Emmett Mullins, he's got a great record in the UK this year. All aboard the Emmett Mullins Express. Anyway, the finale on Thursday was the Kimure Handicap Chase, where somehow Mount Ida had absolutely buckets full in hand. At one stage I was looking at my TV screen and I was like, Jack, will you just pull him up? Or sorry, her up. Will you just pull her up? She's absolutely going nowhere here, jumping right all the time. And then next of all, I starts jumping straight and circuit upon circuit. She was getting closer and closer. And then coming around the home bend, Kennedy was absolutely swinging. And Scooted clear up the running. This is a very good horse.
Yeah, well, it hit 1,000 to 1 in running, didn't it? So you wouldn't want to be that guy that's laid off on.
I know.
Betfair.
Well, I backed it at 16 to 1. I wish I'd have backed it at 999 to 1. But
no, not too much more to add on the race, to be fair. Shantou Flyer obviously was really well backed and placed again, so that was another one that I somehow managed to put up. Looking back, it seems like I've done really well, but a lot of places doesn't really pay for the losses, does it?
Well, this was one of my highlights of the week, because obviously I put up Mount Ida 16s in the handicap video, and I just saw the step up to 3 miles was very interesting for her. Well, more than 3 miles, and then I put up Plan of Attack as well, who was obviously going really well, but he fell, didn't he? So about, 3 out, 4 out. He was going really well. He was going to run a big race. He would have definitely been placed. He obviously, I don't think he would have beaten Mount Ida. I don't think he had that much in hand, but he would have definitely been placed. So, but Mount Ida, I was glad to see her, win. I wasn't so confident when she
definitely
was sitting out last, but I was glad when she was coming around the bend
brilliant.
because I think we all
Brilliant
was
right
going to
with
win
Jack
that.
Kennedy. It was brilliant. Yeah, really good to see. Anyway, the Triumph Hurdle.
Yeah, we weren't roaring at this, were we? We weren't.
No, I certainly wasn't wrong. Colexios. I'm going to tell a bit of a sad story about Colexios and me and Antepost betting. Was in first. Adagio was second, and very eye-catching run from Hoyt and Collier for Willie Mullen.
Yeah,
brilliant pronunciation. Incredible. Give it to us again, Ben.
Hoyt on Collier?
Yeah, that'll do. Irish French.
So basically, Colexios had ran at Down Royal on sometime in October. Yeah. Pissed up by about 20 lengths. And a friend of mine goes,
I think it was, yeah.
A friend of mine goes to me, that's one for the Triumph Hurdle, Cheveley Park. I was like, yeah, okay, what we'll do, we'll stick 30 quid on at 12 to 1. So then Zana here comes onto the scene, absolutely pisses up at the end of November. I'm thinking to myself, fuck this, I'm cashing out. So I cashed out. I'm at 12 to 1 slipping Colexios.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's
the whole season. Gets the race. Zana here pulled the arms of Jack Kennedy.
Yeah, I mean, he did, but I don't think he was massively keen. I don't think he would have won if he was settled either.
No, he wouldn't have won that.
I said last week or the week before that I think it'd be a hell of a lot closer than what most people would think. I wasn't expecting Colexios to win it, in that style, but
he won it really well.
He did, and
cruised.
By this point, Racheal Blackmore's on an absolute high, and she can't do no wrong. So
she knew he was winning that race a long way from home.
Yeah. Adagio ran pretty well. The French horse that I won't even bother trying to pronounce.
Go on, George.
Haut en Couleur. I'll take him out.
Well, I would have had Haut on Couleur, but I might. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, run really well for Mullins on debut, so that could be.
Take him out of the race, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
And they'll send him to the Champion Hurdle, I believe, is the plan. He's 33 to 1, so not bad.
Yeah, I'll take him out of the race. Interesting.
Colexios will see a fence, I'd imagine.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I would. This is going back to what we were saying about Fernie Hollow. I would send Fernie Hollow over fences and keep Colexios over a hurdle for another year, but we'll find out.
Time will tell, won't it?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if either. I don't know what half the plans are, to be honest with them at the minute. They can do anything, can't they?
Yeah, it's all up in the air. It's not like they can do whatever they want. Okay. But yeah, Colexios massively disappointing. But then fair play to Colexios. Or no, Zana here massively disappointing.
Tritonic was Tritonic was the most disappointing out of the race. Tritonic was shocking. What happened to him?
He forgot about him.
Absolutely.
Forgot about how Adrian Heskin said he was going to try and take one stab at the favourite. The one stab at the leaders, try and get them done for a better pace. It'd have been nice if the horse actually got to take a stab at them. The horse was
never ever there, was he?
Yeah, no chance. I did give the horse a chance anyway, but he was disappointing. If you look at form, I suppose he should have been a little bit closer.
Well, his 99 flat rating alone should have had him nearer. I mean, he's certainly ran Jocker there, hasn't he? So
yeah, the Randox Health County Hurdle. Belfast
forget about it.
Yeah,
forget about it.
Belfast Bander can't even win it down Royal, but pisses up the Cheltenham Hill.
How that won, I've got no idea, and that's all I'm going to say.
Petit Mouchoir ran. I'll give a bit of credit to Petit Mouchoir. Jordan Gainford second again. Not a bad time for your first at Cheltenham. First 2 seconds. The lad's got a big future. But Petit Mouchoir, top weight, run an absolute stormer.
Just doesn't does he?
No,
but he's a brilliant horse.
Yeah,
but
credit to the morons.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
But yeah, moving on to the Albert Bartlett Novice Hurdle. Vanilleer in first, Oscar Elite in second, straight to Doyen in third. Yeah, Vanilleer was quite good, wasn't it?
Oh, Vanilleer was incredible.
Yeah.
Really,
I'm not so
impressive.
sure again how I rate the race. I'm not so sure how good they are.
But he won it pretty well, didn't he?
He couldn't. Yeah, that's it. He's won it nicely. I'm just not so sure. This year's renewal was very strong. it certainly wasn't as good as what we've seen the last couple of years. I mean, I'll be amazed if the same caliber of horse come out as what we've seen with the likes of Manila Indo and Monkfish and Time Hill. But yeah, he couldn't, he won it nicely. So nice horse,
Fences.
I thought he won it pretty
Brian,
well.
Yeah.
I think he'll be better over fences.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, is the Brown the Festival Novice Chase? I always get the mixed up. Yeah,
that's the one.
So I think he's 12-1 for that, and I don't think it's one you'd be backing now, but maybe after he runs first time next season.
Yeah, beginner's chase, you might change it.
See how he jumps.
For any horse to win by 11 lengths in an Albert Bartlett, it's a weaker race, but
you have to take some kind of notice.
Yeah. Definitely give him a chance in some of the novice races.
Yeah, that's not to say the winner. That's not to say the winner's not very good. I just think the race as a whole, I don't think they're that great. But the winner could be very decent.
Yeah, Statler will be in the National Home Chase. Mark my words, he'll be there.
Yeah, the owners love the race, don't they? So
he'll be there. He'll be let out for the National Home Chase.
So
moving on to the main event, the Gold Cup, won by Milan.
Big man.
Just touched the album photo in third. Champ can't jump. Told everyone that before. Can't be backing a horse who can't jump in the Gold Cup. Santini is a boat. Lost in time. Yeah, I don't even know what's wrong with that horse.
He's gone, isn't he?
He's gone. Native River.
There's a lot of horses that are gone.
Yeah.
So Champ won't be running over fences.
Absolute smashing race.
Sorry, I thought your camera went. Yeah. No, he's back. Yeah.
Camboy. He was doing well for quite a while.
For a minute there, Ben. We didn't get any of that. And you're gonna get. Yeah. Well, sum up what he was saying. I think that. Sorry, that was a Jamaican. That was Jamaican. I was just.
That's harsh. And he's gone. But we'll just ramble on then. I thought Albin Photo ran fine in third. I wasn't surprised when Manila Indo won it. It was another one that sort of got away because he ran too bad to be true, didn't he, at Dublin? He was always going to improve.
You could have looked at, half of them if they would have won. You wouldn't have been surprised. I think it was such an open Gold Cup. Aplutard gave the chance away by jumping fairly poorly, and I think without that,
he's a good stayer, isn't he?
Yeah, I was surprised that. Oh, hello, he's back. I was surprised that Native River wasn't ridden off the front. I don't know what they were doing there, letting Frodon take it up. But if Native
the only thing is, was he going as quick as he could have went on that ground? Do you know what I mean? Was he going as fast as he could have actually gone on that ground?
I think Tizard said before, didn't he, that if a horse is going quicker than Native River, then they're going too quick, and obviously that
Frodon.
That's very true. Yeah,
yeah.
Frodon was beaten, but.
Frodon's beating an absolute mile, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think Manila Indo, in the same form, will run a very good race again next year. He jumped really well. I was disappointed with Kenboy. Maybe I should have listened to you that he doesn't run well around here. But yeah, I mean, let Champ just send him back over hurdles. Santini, like you mentioned earlier off video, he's still in the national. So
stop him there. They won't run him there. I don't know if he'll ever run again. I don't see why they'd run him again. Why would you run him again after that? I don't get it. I just don't get it because, everything, he had everything in his favour that day, really, in terms of, unless they really think he needs 4 miles. But I don't get how you can go from running in what was a virtual flat race over 3 miles at Aintree, finishing second behind a speed horse, really, at 3 miles in Lakeview Lad, beating Frodon, beating Native River, and then go from that to being pulled up halfway in a Gold Cup. I don't get it. I don't see how he just doesn't want to race. He gets pushed way too early. It's not about speed. He just doesn't want to race anymore, does he? He's just not bothered because to be pushing him along that early, he just doesn't want to race, for me anyway. I just don't think he's bothered anymore. I think he's disinterested. I think they should just retire him, to be honest, because I don't think he's ever. I don't see how you can get a horse from going from that to winning any race, let alone whether it's 4 miles, 2 miles, 3 miles, 18 miles. I don't get it.
I mean, he's only 9.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's nothing to do with. He's the ability. Look at his rating. You know the ability he has. We know the ability he has because he was second in a Gold Cup. Another reason for why he's. How can you can't go from being that much of a good horse to being that much of a bad horse in one season without either something being wrong with the horse, which if there is, then fair enough, or the fact that he just doesn't want to do it anymore. Because he was second in the Gold Cup last year, beating a Whisker. He was pulled up by halfway. He was never ever going to be in it after about 4 fences. It's like at least Champ had the excuse of he just doesn't jump. The prep was horrendous. Then you look at Santini. I know the prep this season has been poor, but I love the horse, and I'm just thinking for the horse. I think the best thing at the minute now is to certainly be thinking about retiring him, and do not even think about running him in the national. Not a chance.
They won't. They can't.
No, not happening. So don't even think about it. And I'd really, really be considering whether maybe give him a summer, run him again next season, first race out. If he runs the same, then I think retire him. Maybe they'll give him another go, in a grade 2 or something. See if they can put him in a lesser grade, see if he can win that. But I don't see how he's a 3 miler. I don't see how 4 miles is going to improve him. Everybody has this thing of he is a boat. Yeah, he's just slow, but there's a difference between being slow and Native River at the minute now is slow. He's not very quick in terms of he can go one pace. He just flies. That's why he wants the ground to be soft. He just on that ground he just can't keep up at that level, at that championship pace. There's no way Santini's that slower than Native River. Like, come on. Like, what really? There's a difference between being slow and just not being asked. And I think Santini was just not having it from like the minute he started. Again, he was just like, nope, I can't be asked doing this. I'm all right. So I just think he pulled himself up.
But yeah, absolute target on a massive race. But yeah, I don't have much more to say. I think you guys have talked about it good enough.
So, big stayers.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to the Mayor's Chase.
Oh no, we'll forget this one.
Yeah, we were all over Ellie Mae, weren't we? All of my multiples that needed her to win were already down. I backed Cole Reevy on the day at the prices, which I think I got like 3-1 in the morning, which was a crazy price.
I think it was the ground, wasn't it?
Yeah,
She's done brilliant. How she's won that race off of that ground?
Oh, it was a great finish.
Given that they were like, she'll need soft ground. Well, no, she won't, because it wasn't soft ground as what they were talking about would have been at Fairy House or wherever she was meant to, Limerick, where she was meant to be lining up. You know what I mean? There was a big difference.
But yeah, they pulled miles clear, didn't they?
Yeah,
I mean, Shattered Love closed in the end, didn't she?
Yeah.
And she was a lot closer than what she was last time against.
I think
Ellie
the three
Mae,
of them are pretty good. I think that's for sure. I just, when you saw Allahope bolt up and you just seen Ellie Mae go odds on, I knew then. I just had that feeling, especially with how the week was going. I thought she's going to get beat here, isn't she? Yeah,
yes, you just had that feeling.
Yeah. When you're doing Allaho absolutely cruised up and everybody thinks, well, Ellie Mae can't get beat here, you different kettle of fish. But I just had that feeling that she was going to get beat. And I always thought Cole Reevy was going to beat her when she was cruising round. So
yeah, we'll not dwell on that one too much. But yeah, actually, I missed a race, actually, the Fox Hunters, which was won by Portlock Bay.
Oh, yeah, just ignore that.
Under Lockham Williams. By the way.
Hey, I tell you what, just one thing on Port.
It was a great race.
They could come back next year and easily win that again because he is a brilliant traveller. for a hunter chaser, he is unbelievably how well he travels. He loves the game.
He was
he
right
loves
at
the
the back as well,
game.
wasn't he?
He
came
loves
from
the
fair
game.
way back.
Yep, he loves it. I wouldn't put anybody off looking at him next year for coming back to do it again, because that'll be the campaign now. And, you know, he absolutely travels supremely well for a race of that nature, where half of them are getting scrubbed after about 5 seconds. You know, he's there cruising on the bridle. Yeah, he's I'd say he's not bad, you know.
Yeah, apart from that, I mean, the horse I put up, Mr. Mantilla, was never in it. Another one I quite liked on the day was Staker Wallace, who obviously Sean Bowen fell on when he fell, but I think that nothing's getting close to the front two, whether they were miles clear. And yeah, I can see, Billaway was unlucky again. He definitely jumped a little bit better than he did last year.
Yeah, a lot better.
Beat by a better horse, wasn't he?
Yeah, just on the day.
Just beating the day, and that was it.
Yeah, there was no excuse for him this time. Like, really, was there? He had every chance, and he was just beaten by a horse that I just thought travelled supremely well around the bend. Just brilliant.
Did it return at 16-1 or something?
Yeah, it was a stupid
16,
price, wasn't it? He won't be anywhere near the colour of that next year if he comes back. So.
And then the finale, the Martin Pipe, Galopin de Champ won with a Langerdang in second. in second, who ran a mighty race, came from the back. But yeah,
which is how they have to ride him anyway, because everybody was moaning, saying, "Oh, he would have won that race." No, he wouldn't. That's how they have to ride that horse, because the horse doesn't run any other way.
Yeah,
so,
that's the thing. He just came from the back, and he ran into second.
Oh no, that wasn't you. I was just saying that some people today were saying, "Oh, I can't believe how Skelton's rode him there." It's like, mate, do you know anything about this horse? That's how he has to be ridden. He doesn't like it any other way. He likes coming through horses that are slowing down, which is exactly why we did it in the Imperial Cup. So, you could have watched him 7 days before they bet him and realised that, oh yeah, that's exactly what he did in the Imperial Cup. Just came all the way through, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a race that ended well for me, to be fair. I put up Galopin de Champ right at the end of the handicap video last week at 16-1, and he went and won. He looks a pretty decent horse. I think he'll win some, or at least be up there in some good races next season. The interesting one was Gabinaco, who was absolutely smashed in on the day and fell at the first.
He's good form behind a few who'd won earlier in the week. Who was it? I can't remember exactly. He ran well, behind
Fakira.
No, I think it was something to one. It was Bob Ollinger. No, he'd run behind Bob Ollinger.
Behind Bob Ollinger, wasn't he? I think.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Look at that form now. So I think that's where the money came from, Gabinaco, but down at the first, wasn't he?
Yeah, they'll be gutted about that, because they clearly fancied him to go well. Coming from that yard, they don't often get bet unless they fancy him, do they?
No.
Yeah, it was a good tip on Galopin de Champ. Willie Mullins in that race is a force to be reckoned with at the minute, isn't he? You've got to be careful.
Sean O'Keefe on board.
Yeah, there's only one winner in the last couple of hurdles, weren't they?
It's one of those races, I think, isn't it? That if you've made your money or if you've lost your money by this point, you're not having too much on.
You're not cutting back your losses anyway. That's for sure.
Maybe a few of them had to get out of jail stakes on the Gentleman de Me, maybe, because he was well back. He's one to take out the race.
I'm not sure I would have led with him if.
No, I didn't get it. I just couldn't understand why he was at the front. The only thing I could assume from it was that they thought he was just very well handicapped and they just wanted a free run. Do you know what I mean? They just didn't want to get the traffic, but he pulled too hard when he was at the front, wanted to go quicker, lost his race in the first mile. Was still travelling well. I wouldn't give up on him. He just needs to settle, doesn't he? But he's a good horse. Definitely. I think he's a decent horse, so he's better than his mark anyway. But yeah, they need to settle him. So didn't work out for him that race.
No, but yeah, that's
he wouldn't be the winner anyway.
No, but I think that's all 28 races previewed. Yeah, it's a great Cheltenham Festival. For another year. But
should we put one or two up for next year?
Or
you want to? Yeah.
Oh, we'll go for one or two. Yeah, I'll go last. Go on ahead, George.
I'll
take it away.
Just the two that I mentioned earlier, really. which I'm now furiously scrolling through because I've completely lost my place. Eclat de Rire, 66 to 1 for the Gold Cup. I think you know, if you have a couple of quid each way, there's a lot worse bets. And Energamine for the Ryanair, 16 to 1. They'd be the two I'd be focusing on at the moment.
Dan?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few, isn't there, that you could look at. I mean, Honeysuckle looks pretty solid to come back next year. What price is she? I've got no idea. She'll be short,
3 to 1.
She? Yeah, she's pretty short. I think the bumper horse in the Ballymore, Kilcrow, I think he's a tool. I think he's really, really good. So I'm just hoping he jumps a hurdle, because I think if he jumps them, he doesn't even have to jump on that well to have a chance, because I think he's just unbelievably good, ability wise. And then I couldn't put up Envoy Island because, you know, I wouldn't recommend him as a betting proposition. But I don't know what price, even if there probably isn't going to be any betting on it. But if Paul Bay turned up at the Hunter Chase again next year, I just thought he absolutely cruised around and loved it. So I don't see why he couldn't go well again if he turned up.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I have. Okay, well, definitely, I'm a big Bob Ollinger fan. I'm going to put my neck out and say he'll be in the March. I think you get about 5 to 1. And I'm really going to throw my neck out here. The champion bumper, Classic Getaway, is 16 to 1. Won us point to point easily. I was watching the interview with Chris Richardson earlier, and he says that they'll be hoping to go. He had a wee cheeky word in Willie's ear, and he says they're hoping to go for 4 in a row in the bumper, and they think an awful lot of this, lad. So
is that the Shively Park horse?
Yeah.
Who's the connections? Oh, there we go then. Lump it.
They won the last 3 bumpers, and they said they're going back for 4 in a row with this, lad. So I think he won his point to point very, very easily. Just like, you know, the horses of previous Sir Gerhard had done, Envoy Allen had done, and Fernie Hollow had done in previous years. So yeah, I think, you know, it's 16 to 1. I might have a wee bet on that there. Yeah.
I might have a little bet
myself. If he comes out first time and pisses up on a bumper, that could turn into 8 to 1.
6
and then
to 1. Yeah, that's
it. Yeah,
this is what happens, isn't it? So
yeah,
especially when the connections now.
Yeah, they're known for having these good pointers who can also have the speed and class for a bumper. But yeah, for me at this stage, it's a Bob Bollinger in the Marsh and a Classic Getaway in the bumper. Very small bets, just backlit up at this stage, but yeah. But yeah, I think that's us. I hope we provided a few winners along the way in the previews, and yeah, I think as far as it's concerned, we're going to be in full swing for the flat season. So yeah,
Lincoln preview for the weekend, hopefully.
Yeah,
I need to look at the cards. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, obviously we'll look at them. So I'll get cracking on that at some point. Yeah.
Well, we'll be back later sometime in the week.
After Mr. Glass pulls up tomorrow. After that, bolting. But yeah.
But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe if you want to see more content, and yeah, we'll be back for sure. All the best. Take care.